Paul, it's been a record year for 2018. What's the feeling for 2019 now overall in terms of tourism?
Yeah, I mean, look, as we stand here today, we're at the end of a record year. We're projecting that by the end of the year, revenue is going to grow by about 8%. We reckon that's going to lead to about an extra 20,000 jobs coming into the sector this year, which will bring the total employment caused by tourism up to about 260,000. Looking forward to next year, when we look at our initial forecasts of air access growth, it's looking quite positive. We're projecting potentially 7% growth in air access from the US, 6% from mainland Europe. And a fairly solid picture with growth from the UK as well. So we think there's lots of reasons for optimism. Obviously, there's challenges. Brexit is still a big unknown, and obviously the challenge of the VAT increase, in addition to other things like input cost inflation across a number of areas and some skill shortages and capacity bottlenecks. So there's a number of challenges that we're facing into, but we think overall that the factors for optimism outweigh those. So looking forward to another good year of growth. We're calling early estimates of potentially up to 5% revenue growth in tourism next year, which on top of the growth we've had this year would be another excellent performance.
Okay, the VAT increase was a sore point obviously for the industry. Now with the supply coming online for Dublin, do you think there's a danger that the other regions are going to catch up in terms of price-wise, and Dublin will actually relatively get cheaper, whereas the likes of Cork and Kilkenny might relatively be more expensive?
We do. When we look at obviously the VAT increase, will put extra cost pressure into the system as industries. Some industries will need to pass some of that on to pricing. Some will be able to absorb some of it. We're encouraging the industry to be, as conscious of the customer as possible. We're encouraging them to really think hard about the long-term value reputation for Ireland and for their own businesses, because that's so important, that value for money offering. So that's really kind of our message to industry. In terms of the supply side, we are delighted to see that we do have some significant accommodation capacity increases coming on stream here in Dublin at the back end of this year and again into next year. But when we look at the pipeline over the next 3 years, we still don't have enough coming on stream in Dublin, and we still think that we're going to be about 1,100 bedrooms short in total. We think there's a big opportunity for a large conference hotel in Dublin, 800 to 1,000 bedroom hotel to help host those business conferences and a wide range of other opportunities there. When we look at the regions, we are seeing capacity shortages in Galway, in Cork, in Kilkenny as well, and we're now looking at doing a piece of work to study the pipeline in detail for those areas in the same way as we've done in Dublin, so we can see whether we believe that what's in the pipeline is enough or whether more needs to come in those areas. So in terms of what I think, I think obviously kind of the capacity pinches in some of those areas is opportunities for other areas to grow, and there is great value to be had in other parts of Ireland. So in terms of that's work we're doing with all of the regions now to try and spread that benefit and get tourism into a wider footprint across Ireland.
And finally, we're just talking about the third terminal obviously in Dublin Airport. Dublin Airport takes about 87% of our passengers into Ireland and out of Ireland. Do you think there is room for manoeuvre, saying Cork and Shannon, like regionality? How do you feel like at the moment on that situation?
Well, look, we're we obviously love to see people coming into the regional airports and spreading that benefit in the regions and work to support the development of the plans with the businesses have around that region to leverage that and to encourage more visitors to come into those regional airports. So that's really important. However, having said that, Dublin Airport is the most important piece of tourism infrastructure we have. As you say, it's about 85% of visitors coming into Ireland come in through Dublin Airport. And the realities of airline travel and the economics of flying planes from one location to another, the importance of connectivity, the ability to use planes on different routes, and also the visitor needs of where that a trip to Ireland, a lot of visitors feel, is not complete without a couple of days in Dublin at either end of the visit. So Dublin Airport is a critical part of infrastructure, and we desperately need that second runway in Dublin Airport as a top priority, because that's our understanding from engaging with the Dublin Airport Authority, that without that second runway we're going to run literally out of runway very soon in terms of our ability to bring in international visitors. So it is essential that we continue to develop that, and it's really important as well that people in the regions appreciate that Dublin Airport is not about Dublin. Dublin Airport is about getting people into Ireland, and if we can't get people in through Dublin Airport, there is a lot of them that won't come at all, and that will mean there's less visitors in Donegal, in Mayo, in Cork, in Kilkenny, and in Laois and Offaly, and all around the country. And so it's really important that visitors can get into Dublin Airport, and that's the most important access point for every region in Ireland.